Welcome to the Ultimate Guide Module 3, Service Excellence. Disclaimer: HRO Model Medical Center is a fictitious organization. A high reliability organization is Model Medical Center. It has been established for the purposes of this course. It is a fictitious organization and it's based upon existing guidelines and healthcare industry standards. All the information posted is merely for educational and informational purposes. Learning objectives. After completion of this module, participants will demonstrate an understanding of the following registration competencies: Model Hospital's 5 Service Fundamentals, Etiquette, keywords to use at key times, the 7 C's of Service Excellence, telephone etiquette, elevator etiquette. Module 3 Self-Assessment. Question number 1. Only blank % of face-to-face message is communicated by words. Option A, 7%. Option B, 18%. Option C, 23%. Option D, 38%. Question 2. When dealing with a difficult patient or family member, staff behavior should include all except the following. Option A, remain calm. Option B, be objective, not emotional. Option C, gather opposing witnesses as soon as possible. Option D, listen, don't interrupt. Question number 3. By engaging in the following, healthcare workers create a positive impression. Option A, discussing medical illnesses and patient conditions in the hallway, allowing patients to see and hear the knowledge and situations the medical team deals with on a regular basis. Option B, maintaining a stoic expression so the patient doesn't know what the healthcare worker is thinking. Option C, limiting any explanations of any procedures or medications to a need-to-know basis. Option D, accepting responsibility for problem resolution and demonstrating creativity and flexibility. Question number 4. Customers have a perception of our attitude based upon our behavior. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 5. Compassion is as significant as competence in creating a positive healthcare experience. Option A, true. Option B, false. What are 3 steps to communication? List all 3. Question 7. Communication includes some assessment to assure that the message has been received. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 8. Which of the following behaviors is not on the Model Hospital's Health 5 Service Fundamentals? Option A, acknowledgement. Option B, introduction. Option C, determination. Option D, explanation. Option E, thank you. Question number 9. It is probably not a good idea to let patients know that they might have to wait a long time to be registered. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 10. When transferring a call, I should stay on the line to announce the call to the person or department I'm transferring to. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 11. Protecting patient confidentiality is the sole responsibility of the medical records department. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 12. For convenience, speakerphones should be used whenever possible to answer telephones. Option A, true. Option B, false. Question number 13. Because it is important to register patients quickly, I should take the last place on the elevator rather than the associate transporting food to a nursing unit. Option A, true. Option B, false. Introduction. Imagine yourself as an employee of the HRO Model Health Medical Center HRO Model Medical Center consists of a hospital and multiple physicians' offices. HRO Model Medical Center is a health center organization that delivers excellent health care, 100% customer service satisfaction with each patient and guest interaction. All individuals working or volunteering at HRO Model Medical Center are expected to live the mission, vision, and values of the organization. The standards of performance outlined in this course have been developed as a guide to ensure that our principles of service excellence are met and that we provide the highest quality care. As healthcare professionals, it is important to exhibit these standards in our daily interactions. Most of these behaviors are demonstrated instinctively by our HRO Model Medical Center's conscientious and caring workforce. By incorporating these guidelines as standards of performance, we reinforce the importance of these behaviors and make it clear that these are expected actions. We encourage employees to be diligent about practicing these standards. 5 Service Fundamentals. HRO Model Medical Center has distilled the 5 fundamental elements of service excellence into 5 key behaviors: acknowledgement, introduction, duration, explanation, thank you. Acknowledgement. A stands for acknowledge the patient. It is best to do so by last name if possible. Performance criteria. Smiles, makes eye contact, and greets patients in a pleasant manner. Stand to welcome and greet the patient when appropriate. Introduction. I means introduce. Introduce yourself, your occupation, and department. Hello, Ms. Johnson. My name is Betty. I'm a patient access representative. I will register you for your visit today. Performance criteria. States name and role at the hospital. Highlights skill and expertise of self and other team members. Duration. D is for duration. Describe how long the registration process is going to take and how long the patient may have to wait to be seen. If the registration process may cause the patient to be late for her visit or his visit, contact the clinical department to report the patient's anticipated arrival time. Performance criteria. Gives the customer a time expectation. Keeps the customer informed as to the amount of time the procedure or process will take. Includes letting the patient know if there is a wait time. Give time expectations of that wait. E. Explanation. Explain that verifying the patient's identity by requesting a picture ID and a social security number prevents identity theft rather than encouraging it. Explaining that a patient's financial responsibilities helps a patient to plan for their healthcare needs. Explaining that financial assistance is available helps the HRO Model Medical Center serves its community's mission. Performance criteria. Keeps the customer informed by explaining all the processes and procedures. Assists customers to have a clear expectation of what will occur. Thank you. T is for thank you. Thank you for your time and your patience for choosing our hospital. Performance criteria. Consistently thanks customers for their time. If a patient for choosing their hospital expresses appreciation that they could have chosen another hospital or healthcare someplace else. Ask if there's anything else that he or she can do for the customer before ending the encounter. That is the AIDET principle. Ensures nonverbal communication conveys that AIDET principle. Performance criteria. Make eye contact, respect the customer's personal space, listens to what the customer is saying, allows for silence, does not interrupt with his or her own thoughts, ensures body language is relaxed, open, and non-threatening, displays a calm manner. Customer relations. Customer relations. The patient's first contact is usually with an appointment or registration function and not necessarily a clinician. These employees, along with other frontliners such as receptionists, should receive intensive training in the art of welcoming behavior. They should have a responsibility to orient the patient to financial as well as clinical procedures within their expertise. If employees are trained to instruct patients about billing procedures at the appropriate time, taking into account if the patient is experiencing a medical emergency, patients will have more appropriate expectations regarding their financial responsibilities. Registration tasks should never delay or impede emergency care services. Customer relations. If employees are trained to instruct patients about billing procedures at the appropriate time, taking into account if the patient is experiencing a medical emergency, patients will have more appropriate expectations regarding their financial responsibilities. Registration tasks should never delay or impede emergency services. Throughout this course of treatment, a very dependent relationship is created between patients and their caregivers. When patients leave the hospital, they probably see that their physicians and their others for follow-up services. Shortly thereafter, patients Customer relations. Throughout the course of treatment, a very dependent relationship is being created between the patients and their caregivers. When patients leave the hospital, they probably will see their physicians and other specialists for follow-up services. Patients' intimate experiences with a provider or a hospital staff may cease. However, patients frequently expect to have a respectful and warm relationship with the staff they encounter at the organization. The 7 C's of customer relations. Commitment. Know and support the mission, vision, and values of your organization. Respect your hospital's facility and participate in its upkeep. Respect each other in the work that they do. Anticipate customers' needs. Be active and involved in your organization. Be proactive, not reactive. Give uncompromised, personalized patient service. Provide cost-effective and efficient service and care. Do the right thing. Practice safety and ensure quality to ourselves, our colleagues, patients, and others. Customers. Customers include patients, families, friends, physicians, volunteers, and each other. Treat every customer as if he or she is the most important person in your facility. Accept all customers regardless of education, race, culture, age, sex, religion, disease, or socioeconomic status. Understand that our customers have a sense of urgency and value their time. We are here to serve our customers. They should not be seen as an interruption of our work, but rather a part of it. Thank our customers for choosing our facility whenever the opportunity arises. Remember, our customers have a choice of where they receive their healthcare services. Never forget our customers have choices and they selected us for their healthcare needs. Compassion. Treat others with dignity and respect. Treat others the way they want to be treated. Be considerate and forgiving in your interactions with each other. Work together to solve problems. Routinely ask patients and other customers about their care and listen attentively to their responses. Show empathy for their situation. Greet customers promptly by stopping whatever you're doing so your customer knows that they are important. Maintaining eye contact, smiling, introducing yourself, and informing them of what you do at the hospital. Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Jane Smith, your registrar. Always ask your customer if there is anything else you can do for them before concluding your interaction with them. Is there anything else that I can do for you today, Mr. Jones? Courtesy. Every encounter with your customers is an opportunity to make a positive impression. We will constantly extend our customers and coworkers warm, professional, and welcoming greeting. Smile. Make eye contact. Say hello. Wear your name badge at eye level, where others can see your name, title, and department. Use please and thank you, sir and ma'am, in your conversations when appropriate. Listen to what your customer has to say in a way that says, I care. Convey positive nonverbal cues to encourage others when they are speaking. Communication. Information about customers is confidential and private. Confidentiality is every employee's responsibility. Protect confidentiality, and patient records information should not be left unattended, written, or electronic. Sensitive information about patients and hospital business must never be discussed in public areas. Communication with patients, families, and significant others should be done with respect for privacy. Close doors, curtains when indicated to maintain privacy. Always knock and call the patient name in a moderate tone before entering a patient's room. Tell them we respect your privacy, and that's why I'm closing the curtain or the door. Always be aware of your surroundings to ensure confidentiality is provided. Use easily understood and appropriate language when providing information. Avoid the use of technical or professional jargon. Inform patients and/or family members of any delays. Give information updates on a regular basis with a maximum of 30 minutes between contacts. Apologize for problems and any inconveniences, but never place blame on others. Use a blameless apology. Competencies. Be knowledgeable and follow the policies and protocols and procedures of your departments or your hospital. Strive for continuous educational and personal growth to the best that you can be. Produce work in a high quality and do the right thing the first time. Be global in your thinking, and when problems present themselves, look for appropriate opportunities to solve them. Accept problems as an opportunity to grow and improve in what you do. Do your best with each task each day. Collaboration. Know and understand the responsibilities of your job. Eliminate "it's not my job" from your vocabulary. If unavailable to meet the request, be responsible for finding someone who can and will. Demonstrate teamwork, support others, and offer help whenever possible. Do something for a colleague that you would like to be done for you. Communication is key. Make and seek solutions. Giving directions. Simple instructions. Observe customers and visitors and anticipate their needs. If someone appears to need directions, ask, "May I help you find something?" If instructions are simple and the person appears to understand, give verbal directions. Complex instructions. If the directions are complex or the customer does not speak English, take the person to the desired location. If you do not know where the department or service is located, take the customer to the nearest telephone and contact the department, operator, or information desk for more information and assistance. Elevator etiquette. Smile and greet your fellow passengers. Pause briefly. Stand to the right or the left of the elevator door before attempting to board an elevator. This allows passengers on the elevator to exit easily. Be sensitive to what is said on the elevator. Patient information is not to be discussed on the elevator. Remember that patients, families, and friends are listening to what you say and how you say it. Priority for use of patient elevators. Number 1, patient transport and patients. Number 2, food. Number 3, equipment and supplies. Number 4, medical waste and litter. Priority use for patient elevators, patients and visitors. When patients are transported on a bed, stretcher, do not allow the patient to be surrounded by other strangers, visitors, or staff. Politely ask others to wait for another elevator. When transporting patients in wheelchairs and stretchers, always face them towards the door. Always make certain that the path is clear when you're exiting the elevator before pushing the patient into the hallway. Priority use for patient elevators. Only the appropriate service elevators are to be used to transport patients. Once on the elevator, make room for others, hold the door open button for others. The best place to wait in an elevator is against the walls. This allows others, especially those with disabilities, to be near the door. Take the stairs for short trips. Walk down 2 flights or up 1 flight. This makes elevators faster for patients and visitors and saves everyone valuable time. Telephone etiquette. Speak slowly and clearly with a tone of voice that is alert, pleasant, and expressive. Answer with a smile in your voice. Answer the telephone within 3 rings. In general, do not use speakerphone to answer the phone. When answering or making telephone calls, do not eat, drink, or chew gum. Be familiar with the features of your telephone, such as hold, transfer, call pickup, voicemail. When answering calls, an example, Model Hospital, St. Joseph's Medical Center, Admitting Department, Ms. Jones speaking, how may I help you? And give the caller 100% of your attention. Provide appropriate identification when answering the telephone, followed by how may I help you? Example, internal call. Patient Access Services, Sue speaking, how may I help you? Answering an outside call. HRO Medical Center, Patient Access Services, Sue speaking, how may I help you? Placing calls on hold. If a caller must be placed on hold, ask the caller if he or she minds waiting on hold and wait for a response. And always know where the hold button is. Don't put the receiver on your shoulder. The patient can still hear everything that's going on in the office. Here's an example. If you will hold, I can get you the information that you need. If you can hold, I'll see if Mr. Jones is available. Can you please hold? I'll be right back with that information. Acknowledge the call on hold every 30 to 60 seconds, if possible. If the caller does not wish to continue to hold, transfer to another number or offer to take a message or give an option to give a phone call back. Example, Mr. Jones, the line is still busy. Would you like to leave a message, or would you prefer that I transfer you into a voicemail, or would you like a call back? Give the patient or whoever is calling options so that you understand the urgency of their call and that you fulfill their request in the desired manner that they would like it to be handled. Thank the caller for holding and for his or her patience. Express sincere regret directly, verbally, or by the tone of your voice whenever you are unable to help the caller. Take an accurate message and communicate the messages appropriately to the party for follow-up. An accurate message includes the name of the caller, the date and the time, the telephone number, and any additional appropriate information such as instructions for the receiver. Transferring calls. Transfer calls promptly. Whenever transferring a call, always say, I'm going to give you the extension of the number just in case we become disconnected. This prevents frustration of people having to call back again only to get disconnected and lose all that information that they just shared with the person who originally answered the line. After dialing the transfer, identify yourself to the new caller and give the background information of the story that had already just been transferred or relayed to you. Then connect the parties and announce, go ahead, sir or ma'am, I have the individual on the line. This is called a warm transfer. When initiating phone calls, identify yourself and your department when your calls are answered. Example, hi Mary, this is Teresa Jones in Medical Records. Terminating calls. Finish calls politely with a simple goodbye or thank you. Thank you for choosing us. Or, is there anything else I can assist you with today? Basic words and courtesy phrase to use. Please, thank you, goodbye. Will you hold please? If you will, thank you. May I help you? And I was glad to help you. Or my pleasure. Our values. Respect. We ensure that individuality of each person through fairness, dignity, and empathy. Integrity. We have the courage to speak and act honestly and build trust. Stewardship. We use our human and monetary resources responsibly with a special concern for the poor and vulnerable in order to provide the community. Excellence. We achieve exceptional performance through continuous improvement and development. Again, this is just a sample of what could be a value statement for our HRO Model Medical Center. Module 3, Post-Course Assessment. The answers will be shown on the slide with a highlight. Thank you for taking this course. I hope you've enjoyed the content and the material. If you want to see and hear more of this information, please give the video a like or a thumbs up, and of course, share with your friends and associates so that they can subscribe also. Thank you once again.